And that's, of course, our big subject of discussion right now. We have with us right here in the studio RPN Singh of the Congress Party, Minister of State for Petroleum Natural Gas. You were there actually with Rahul Gandhi during that address yesterday. Ravi Shankar Prasad also joining us. A little while earlier, I got the chance as well to speak to Kazim Ali Khan of the Bahujan Samaj Party. And a short while from now, we are going to be joined by Vilas Rao Deshmukh, the man who has actually been given the charge of drafting a new land acquisition bill. But if I can just start with you, RPN, what exactly happened last night? And in a sense, did Mayawati give the Congress Party what you almost wanted, arresting Rahul Gandhi, taking him away there, elevating the profile of this?
You see, it is very strange. Whenever the Congress Party tries to bring something on the forefront, the problems of the farmers or the plight of the farmers or the poor people of this country, it is trivialized into Rahul Gandhi being arrested or Rahul Gandhi doing this or Rahul Gandhi doing that.
Or it being a political drama.
Or being a political drama. We want to stay focused on the plight of the farmers in Uttar Pradesh, the kind of brutality that has happened and the way the farmers have been traumatized in those villages. That is something we want to focus on, and we are going to continue fighting for their rights. And instead of diverting and making it into a political jamboree about the whole thing.
Although RPN, I have to say that it's not only in Uttar Pradesh. These same issues are coming up in state after state, including in Andhra Pradesh, including in Jaitapur, including all parts of the country. This is not the only place where this happens. So I think we need a national policy. Let's not just say it's UP.
See, what we're talking about, in Jaitapur is about nuclear issues. People's safety, how they're worried about nuclear. This is the only place in Uttar Pradesh where land is being taken not for development purposes. It is being taken for shopping malls, for housing colonies. For who? Not the farmers. For people of the Bahujan Samaj Party. Land is being acquired at cheaper rates, being sold at a much huger profit, not for any development purposes. I was as a road transport minister. We took thousands of acres of land to make 4 lanes and 6 lanes. Farmers did not object to that because they knew that would finally benefit them. But what is happening in Uttar Pradesh, land is being taken over to make Grand Prix circuits. And this is the most fertile region of Western UP.
Okay.
So you have to see there's a difference between where farmers know land is being taken for there's always, I am a farmer. I know if my land is taken, I would feel extremely angry and I'd be upset. But I know if it's being taken for a certain constructive issue, I would not mind that much.
Okay.
But if it's being taken for shopping malls, for housing colonies, for ruling party.
Is there a difference or is there not a difference? Ravi Shankar Prasad, let me first get you in on the politics of this. Is this, at the end of the day, a big political issue? Is it all happening, as the cynics are saying, because in 1 year, Uttar Pradesh is going for elections? That's pretty much what Mayawati had to say earlier today.
Well, Vikram, I would like to keep it a little serious issue. If television channels can have TRP competition, what is wrong with politicians having competition? You should not have a grievance on that. After all, we are in democracy, we are in politics. But what is more important is, why has not a structured response come about as far as compensation issue of poor farmers' land is concerned? That is indeed the larger issue. And the most important point is, why has not the UPA government brought a legislation? It was torpedoed last time by Mamta ji. Now the government needs to have a commitment that will come, and we also support it. Let's be a bipartisan issue, that the politics of land requires a response. That is indeed very important. The second aspect is, I agree with the Congress representative, my good friend the minister, that you take land for whether it is the Agra Express or Yamuna Express or any other roads, it is always welcome. But if you are taking land, cheaper land for malls or whole range of other activities which cannot be justified basically on public ground, the farmers have a right to agitate. And the most, I would say, despicable response of a democratically elected government of Mayawati firing upon them, you can engage with them, you can talk to them. And one thing I must say, if Rajnath Singh goes, he's arrested. If Sharada goes, he's arrested. But Rahul Gandhi is allowed to go there. I don't buy this logic of traveling on the pillion of a motorcycle in the morning and no policeman noticing him. Earlier, as Rahul Srivastava's story showed, the same Mayawati government bailed out the UPA government in the PSC issue. Therefore, politics part, let us be for some time. But yes, the polity of the country will have to respond to the larger issue relating to the politics of land, namely the demand of the farmers that we are entitled for a fair, reasonable compensation.
I think that's absolutely correct. And I do want to come to the broader issue. Let's finish the politics. He says that in a sense, Rahul Gandhi was almost allowed to come in there, have a day-long dharna,
He was not
arrested in
allowed.
a
He was not allowed. He got there somehow. He managed to get there. I know the BJP has a huge problem why Rahul Gandhi travels. The BJP is more comfortable in making statements in studios and basically giving bites. It unnerves them that the young man who travels the whole breadth and width of this country, he goes to the people of the poor, he goes to the poor, he goes to farmers, he actually goes to where the problem is. He does not go to the D&D flyover, make some bites and comes back. The BJP is unnerved. Why is this gentleman changing the whole art of politics in actually going to the people? That is something which makes most politicians of all opposition parties extremely uncomfortable.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.